and welcome. My name is Ajaxpost and this is Transport Fever, and you see this, they do look a little bit regimented to be honest, but that is 50 awesome people arriving at the port of Exeter all the way from Falmouth by this lovely little boat here. And I did wonder when we first started it whether it was going to make money, and as you can see it is. It's not a vast amount, I mean 48k profit in the year, but hey, that is all to the good. It's obviously developing Falmouth. There's loads of people actually in Falmouth, not so much in Exeter. Wanting to go back that way. We just check the boat again actually. There's just 19 people there, but over here in Falmouth we've already got 31 people waiting. Well, that's probably because there's all these other awesome, exciting and, well, profitable places for them to go to on this side of the river. I've been away a couple of years, or rather the game has rolled on a couple of years since you were last with me, and I've sort of bumped up the consists on these freight trains, the farm produce, carrying goods. I think this is probably the smallest one, isn't it actually? Oh no, it's not. Where it's carrying 6 carriages worth of goods, 5 livestock and 1 wheat. I just can't leave the wheat behind. I'm sorry, it's just the way I am. It's not a terribly profitable route at the moment. It's sort of ups and downs, as you can see here, because it is kind of distant and there's a lot of traffic on that route, relatively speaking. But it is working, so that's good. What was the point I was making? Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, so even though I'm upping the consists, it's still taking time because it goes all the way up there, all the way back, as you know from the previous episodes. So by the time it comes back here, there's been bucket loads of livestock sort of bred or slaughtered or whatever it is, or left to be carried on the train anyway. I could perhaps improve that by putting in faster trains, but I don't really have the money for that just yet. Now as you can see, I am actually seriously in the red at the moment, 194k. That's not actually too terrifying at the moment. In the last couple of years, while you were looking, I did improve the number of the train routes, so they're using the more powerful and faster Prussian over the Borsig locomotive. So that's helped, and increased some of the consists, added more wagons to some of the trains on the line. Now, although those numbers don't look great, if we look at the lines, there's a lot of red there, isn't there? But if I just filter it out, so it's just the trains, look at that. That is quite impressive, isn't it? I mean, our passenger routes in particular, Newbury to Coventry, Coventry to Churchill, are making loads of money. So half a million, just dropped down, over a third of a million there, and even the smaller ones, Churchill to Exeter, is making, oh, that's just bumped up, 176k. So that is pretty impressive. So that's keeping me going. It's just the it's just the age of some of these vehicles now is starting to bite into the profits here. Now, what I want to do, I'm still at a 7 million loan. So I've got 3 million I could spend. I'm thinking actually of striking out to add another passenger route to this. I think it's still a little bit early to spend on cargo as much as I'd like to, because those routes do look to be quite expensive or complicated to complete. We've got a nice one here, trees into planks, but planks themselves can't actually be used in towns. As you see here, planks need to be turned into construction materials or something, if I remember correctly. Is there a plank input industry here somewhere? Ah, there it is. Yeah, so this turns it into planks into steel. Oh no, sorry, planks or steel into tools or machines, if you've got plastics as well perhaps. So it gets a bit long and complicated, so I'm not ready to do that just yet. The thoughts that had occurred to me is perhaps add another waterborne route. Look at that, there's just too many people. 45. Actually, that's okay. That'll fill that boat up. That's okay actually for the moment. Is perhaps extend the water route to include Whitchurch. Could do, but I mean demolishing the bridge, adding another bus depot here and stuff. Actually, I'm wondering if I could do that. Oh, this is tempting. Well, what I was thinking of doing was kind of completing this side of the map somewhat, and extend Churchill to go out to Plymouth, which adds interesting problems here, because this station now is tucked right into the city, so getting it out to Plymouth is going to be awkward. So what I'm thinking I could do is actually use this one platform. So if I take this out to 3 platforms, let's just get these out of the way so you can see what we're talking about, include that to 3, that's going to cost me nearly $1 million in its own right, demolishing these 3 buildings to make that 3 platforms. Then I'll probably have to demolish more over here to get it out around that hill off to Plymouth in that easterly direction. So the question is, if I use the existing platforms for the moment, and hopefully that pumps in profit, which will give me that room to extend. Yeah, does that sound like a plan? I think it does. So let's try that, shall we? I think what I'm going to do, I don't want to interfere too much with the Churchill to the Coventry to Churchill. This is Churchill. Sorry, the Churchill to Exeter route. Is I will see if I can get 2 tracks in here, which means demolishing these buildings, I'm afraid. So let's try that. That's 100. That's 70. See, that's a lot less. Now, can I, if I delete that, can I sneak 2 tracks? I'm getting too much curvature. No, don't. Where's it gone? Escape that. Right, can I get that over there? That's fine. I want to delete that building as well. And too much curvature. That is a bit rum, actually, seeing as that's... Actually, I'm just wondering, if I straighten that out... If I straighten that out a bit, yes, let's try that, shall we? So we'll get rid of that bit. Let's get rid of all of this. Now, can I sneak this track out here without demolishing that building? There we go. And so, okay. And can I then? Oh dear me! Join that. Too much curvature. Yeah. That's a bit much, isn't it? Have I deleted something? It says like, oh dear, what have I done? Oh yes, it's that. That's flashing the icon on because I've broken the route for that. Broken the line for that route. Can I just take this back a little bit more? Okay, will that let me do that? It really doesn't like bending that tight down there, does it? I started this, I'm just going to make a proper pig's ear of it, as we say. I mean, this is getting really ridiculously too much curvature again. How much can I take that back any further to get it around there? Whoops, no, missed. Well, I can, but it needs to demolish buildings to do that. Oh, got it! Phew, that's a relief. Okay, so let's. No, yeah, that's a bit broken, so we need to take that back. I wonder how real railway engineers do all this. Can I join that? Oh, I can. Oh, that's splendid, so we should be able to join you back up with that. Right, everything's joined up again. Right, oh, except I now need to Can I? Oh, I can just about get that in there. That's going to be a bit iffy actually. What I want to do, don't do it like that, because we will want this to come out here. Oh, I'm running out of money. Let's take out a loan. There we go. Alright, now someone, I believe it was Colonel Failure, who is an expert, well, can I call him an expert? He is a veteran of train fever and transport fever. Watching some of his Let's Plays just recently, and he had some very good advice about overlaying roads and rails, those level crossings as we would call them. And he had identified the golden rule: never lay track over road, always lay road over track. Otherwise, and I think we saw it when I was first laying my track over Newbury Way, was if you put rail over road, you get that little hump in the track as it sort of goes over the road. Whereas if you put road over rail, as we will see here, you don't. Oh. This is clever. How do I get that road back? Do you think without demolishing? I don't want to demolish buildings. It's a silly, silly game. There we go. That's better. Can I make it a wider one? No, I won't bother. Whereas it seems much more level there, doesn't it? Which is the idea. Otherwise, humps and bumps just sort of slow the train down, and slow trains we do not want. Okay, so I can get that line out to Plymouth. I need to make sure I can join this up. What am I pointing at? I can't do that so much. So where can I? Did I just sort of? I did. Of course, that road was already. Yeah, I think you see here that the bumpy issue. Do you? I'm not sure. You possibly do. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. So we need to get these a little crossover here. Oh, I can do that. Well, it's so very, very slow, but it should work. Okay, so we can have trains coming in and out there for Exeter. And Plymouth at the moment is a single track line. That's fine. We need to put some signals on here. So they're going out that way. So we'll put them there, shall we? And we'll need to wait to come in on there. Because remember, I'm doing left-hand drive for my trains. And we've only got a couple of trains, I think, on this line so far, but. Just to keep them moving along smoothly, we'll put some stopping sections in there. Okay, let's get this out to Plymouth. Where the heck is Plymouth? Where the heck is Plymouth? I've lost it already. There it is. Okay. So we're going to try and keep close to this hill, possibly, to avoid too much issue. So if we can come around here, we should be okay for gradient, which means we don't suffer too much from the costs of creating embankments or cutting into the landscape. Okay, so we'll do that. Actually, shall I keep it? Yeah, I think I might. I'll keep it this side of the road. That's good. Shall I put that road back? As well, just to show willing, you know. Otherwise, the town council might get a little bit narked at my rampant and reckless destruction of their highways. It's quite expensive putting in roads, isn't it? I'll make that do. That's fine. There you see the road gets the hump, and not actually the train track does as well. Or maybe it was because I hadn't smoothed it out before I put the track in. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm not terribly efficient at this, but the job gets done, does it not? Okay, so I'm losing speed there by going around a bend. That's better, we're catching up. We need to keep Plymouth in sight, I think. Again, we'll delete this little bit of road. Track, go in there. This is all quite nice and inexpensive. Okay, that's fine, I think. Otherwise, if I don't put the roads in sort of straight away, I will. I know I will forget. Okay, so let's just keep on moseying over in that direction. It's starting to get expensive now. Can I keep that down a little bit? There we go. Over here. What do you mean 48? Why is that so expensive? It's obviously to do with the amount of curvature I'm putting into the track, which I don't like. Send you out. That's good. A bit more road back in. There you go, sir. We've got a nice stretch before we need to put some more. So there's a little more road. That's good. Okay. Right, we've got the big black line, and the black line should indicate a major shift in altitude. It doesn't look too bad there actually, which is interesting. Let's take you. Okay, actually we won't put that in just yet. Let's see what our zones are like. So the residential areas are here, the green. So what would be handy is if we put our station in there, or we put it along here, along this axis, along that ridge from what we can see, and it means I can send them out perhaps to Thatcham that way. Is there anything else that? Oh, Struth. Over the hills and far away to Kintbury. That's. I think that's going to be a long-term aim, isn't it, to get people to Kintbury? Okay. So can we do that? Let's have a look at the logistics of our town here. So can we put in a little bit of road? Oh, they're expensive. Look at that. $59k. What about along there? 84 with a building removed. Can I do it without removing a building? Probably not. Well, that one's a bit cheaper, isn't it? What are the costs? 75. Oh, they're both 75. Oh, okay. Just for a little bit of road. 100k. That's extortionate. But I'm going to want that, I think, because if we put the railway along here, we're going to need a road. These people need easy access to the station, and that's what that road will provide. Okay, job done. So a station in there. Oh, this I think is a new station I've got from a mod. I'll put the link in to the description. It allows you to create stations with middle rails. So if I make this 3 with no platform, so like sometimes you have, I think we've got one at my local railway stations. They have cargo and freight trains passing through. So if that happens during sort of passenger times, they can have the freight train going on the centre line, which means the outer lines are free to use passengers. So it just means a swift transit of non-stopping traffic, which is handy. But I'm not going to use that here. We're going to use an ordinary one, and that is going to cost me How can we describe that? An arm and a leg, I think, would be a good way. It's 430, 45. Actually, what if I put it up here, right at the top? That still gets a fair number of houses, actually, doesn't it? What's that in terms of... It's not a vast... It's not a vast intake area or coverage. So I think I'd rather it was somewhere closer. Okay, well let's get the track up here and see what we need to spend to do that. So, okay, slowing down a bit. We should slow down a bit more gradually, I think. To come round there. That's better. And over the hill here. Get rid of this bit of road. Might be enough. Okay, that's looking alright. So, we need another loan, at least. Oh, I'm going to need more than that to actually get a train on here as well. So, okay, so can I put in a sneaky little bit of road up here? Wow, is that... Oh, it's the truth, that's not going up by much, is it? That's as steep as it will go, apparently, which isn't a lot. Let's put... I'm fretting over tens of K, to be honest, which is perhaps a little bit silly. Okay, so if we put that... Spin it around a little bit. Actually, if we get rid of that bit of road, can I do that? There we go. Gives me a little bit more wiggle room, I think, for the station. I've got 3 platforms selected. I don't want 3 platforms, just 2 will do. Thank you very nicely. Well, actually, that's not bad coverage up there. Let's turn that on again. Actually, so if I put that there, I need to spin it around a little bit, I think. That's not bad. 305. I think that's too close, isn't it? Too much curvature in what? Oh, that little link road, I imagine. Right, that's that done. That is a passenger station, which is good. It's always good. You actually managed to get the right station type in there. So can I get this track up there? Too much slope. No, no, no. Oh, heck. Right. So I'm going to have to delete something back here. This is not going to be cheap, is it? Okay, so that's a wooden bridge going up all the way there. 185. Ooh, it's embankments, no. A stone bridge doesn't cost me that much more, to be honest, but it does give them faster speeds, which means they can, yeah, certainly when they're leaving the station, that's handy. Do I want that to be a bridge all the way there? You know what, I'm just going to say, for the heck of it, I'm going to take that, I think. Unless, let's just try it a little bit. doesn't seem to be the the best you can do. I don't know how it's. How did it get to that? How come it's more expensive going down than it was going up? Well, that doesn't make sense. That's better. Okay, so that's the wooden bridge. We'll go for the stone. That's fine. Right, I am properly out of money now. Okay, so we now have a new line, a single track line between Churchill and Plymouth. So we'll just put some signals on here. So we've got some. So we'll put an out signal there. That's good, and an in signal here. That's fine, I think. So it knows to stop if there's another train approaching from Exeter. I think that'll do. Okay, we just need a route. I've already got a depot, so we'll set up a new route from Churchill to Plymouth. And what colour should we use for this? Actually, get my lines back up. What colours do I already have in use around here? We don't have a yellow one, do we? We could use some sort of yellow. A nice dark yellow. There it goes. It's not a terribly attractive colour, but what the heck. And this is going to be Churchill. Plymouth. If I can spell straight. There we go. Plymouth, no, Plymouth. That will do. Okay. And we should be able to use our depot here, because that feeds both lines on the station. I'm going to need a lot more money. Up to 2 million already just for this one new line. Gosh. Running these transport companies is not cheap, is it? Okay, so we will buy a train. It's going to be corporate red, and should we make it a Prussian? I think we need to. It's a fair old distance. It's a single train. Can I? I'd like to use one of these, but they're getting expensive, and I don't have. Could I do that? It'd be nice to introduce one of these other trains, wouldn't it? Actually. How does that one compare to the Prussian? Well, it doesn't carry as, it's not as powerful. Hang on, that's 340, and that's 160 kilowatts, 60 kilonewtons, 55. I'm really not quite sure what all this means, to be honest. That's 66 tons in weight, that's only 38. This one is obviously more powerful, but it is 100 grand, near enough, more expensive. So, should we try this one? We've not seen this one before, but I'm going to need to take more money out. Let's buy that. Okay, so we're going to need an acre of new money. Let's see how much we need. So we want passenger wagons to add to this. No. We'll use just the little ones for the moment, I think. Just 8, but we'll take 16 passengers over. Actually, well, how fast is that train? Let's get back to that. The train can go 43, so it'd be nice actually to have wagons that can go that speed as well. And the only one that can is this very expensive half a million wagon there. No, let's use the big wagon, shall we? It's 11 passengers. Oh heck, we'll take 2 of them. This is going to cost me dear this year. We're not going to see profit on this for quite some time. So we will assign this one to the Churchill Plymouth line. There we go. Actually, while I'm here, just to make my naming consistent, can I insert spaces in there? That's better. Yeah, so they line up better. Good. I like it to be logical, so we don't need all that money, so we can repay some of it. Okay, should we follow our new train out the depot? Again, this is actually a modded vehicle. Oh, right. And I think in the last episode I was wondering if the colour schemes you apply to vehicles is available for custom content, as it were, for mods, and it seems that it is. So it is possible for the mod creators to allow colours to be applied to their creations. There's obviously a base colour here, which is why this red is so much darker than it is on some of the other vehicles. But nonetheless, that looks really nice, actually, doesn't it? That is a good looking Loco. Again, descriptions in the link in the description, and I'll also add it to my Steam collection, the link for which again is in the description, so you'll see which mods are actually in play at the moment in the game. And there he goes. Let's speed him up a bit. And with any luck, I might have some more wagons delivering money soon. So I could, there we are, repay $1 million. So I'm only down to 9 million, which is good. Otherwise I'll be paying that few 10k more interest than I want to, or need to. It's not a terribly exciting route, this, is it, off to Plymouth? But there you are, I'm afraid. Yeah, those reds do look a little bit they don't really match. I mean, I am no fashion man. I'm not terribly good at matching colour schemes, so yeah, don't blame me for that. But that's nice. Should we get him up faster a bit? Let's see if we can get our first connection into Plymouth. I wonder if anyone's waiting. Possibly not. Not just yet. That's quite a nice scene, isn't it, going up the bridge? That's part of the fun of this game, isn't it? Just watching the locos traversing the landscape. No, sadly, as expected, nobody waiting. Oh, but there might be people. There are people coming up. There's nobody there. Oh, just too late, matey. Well, that's a good sign. There are people now wanting to go back and join the rest of the country. From Churchill onwards to Coventry, to Exeter, to Newbury, all sorts of other, and even Falmouth. All sorts of other exciting destinations. So, do we have anyone here waiting to go to Plymouth? No. Okay, that's not so clever. Oh, are we going to get another payday here? So I can repay that before the year's out. That'd be really nice, actually. Not quite. Go on, please. There, gotcha. Right, so I'm down 8.5 million in loan. It's better than 10, and I'm only 315k in the red. Okay, so we've got more of the this is another modded vehicle. All these KK STBs are from the mod collection. And we'll see if we use that one. Let's actually have a quick look at what it does. Trams. I've never really been a great fan of trams. They've never really worked in my game. So the one we're using is the STB21, the 47. Oh my goodness me! A mere, well, it's 3 million basically, isn't it? It goes 62 miles an hour. Which is just about the fastest thing on 2 rails at the moment, and looks to be very powerful. And it probably says something like that there in German. I'm going to guess that's a mod version. And if I put it into play, then you will certainly see it linked in the description. But anyway, I think from me, Ajaxpost, until next time, thank you so much for joining me today. Let me get rid of all these icons. Nice clean map to finish with. Let's find our train again. There he goes. So we'll see if we can follow him over the hills. And yeah, so what I will do is I will say thank you so much for joining me today on my little excursion out to create a new route. Sorry, I'll get my teeth in straight to Plymouth here. Transport Fever. If you've enjoyed this little episode, please leave us a like. If you've any thoughts, ideas, suggestions, critiques, by all means, it'd be great to hear from you, so just make a comment in the box below. And if you've not done so already, why not subscribe? It'd be great to have you along for the rest of this journey. Oh, that was a bit of a bump, wasn't it? Anyway, from me, Ajaxpost, until next time. Shall I see if there's anyone going to get on this train? No, it doesn't look like it, does it? No. Oh well. He will make profits soon, I think. Actually, I'm still making money. Anyway, sorry, stop waffling, Adrian. Get on with it. Say goodbye properly. Thank you again so much for joining me. Hope to see you next time. But from me, Ajaxpost, until then, bye-bye for now.